Good evening, ladies. Welcome
Hey, how
back.
you doing?
Hi.
How's everyone this evening? Good, I hope.
Chilly,
Great.
chilly.
Hey, listen, guys. Yes, it's a little cold here in the ATL where we are, but you know what? It's never too cold to like, share, and leave a comment afterwards. Also, don't forget to click that little bell at the top if you want to get updated comments and updated content and conversations from the ladies of a silver lining. You got to click that little bell so you'll automatically get an update whenever we bring on new content. So, ladies, listen. We were talking about ghoulish dates and encounters with men a couple weeks ago, and I know we still had something that each of us had one that we were still chomping at the bit to talk about. So, hey guys, I know you've had some bad dates out there, male and female, but we're with the women right now. So if you have, hey, let us know because we're gonna tell you about ours, tell you about some more anyway. Because believe me, as women, we've had more than one. If you say you haven't, then we don't believe you, but that's okay.
I try to forget them.
That's what it is. You try to forget them. So, ladies, who wants to go first with bad dates from the Crip?
Bad dates from the crib. I can go first.
Go ahead, girl.
Go, Bonnie.
Okay, so I had to think like of a recent date because the first time I talked, it was a really old date. So most recent date, it was a guy from Georgia, but far from me. So we were really a distance away. So we decided to meet halfway. But boyfriend started off on the wrong foot when he said, well, I have no problem with meeting halfway. But if I get there and I see you and I don't like you, you have to pay for your own meal. It's like, but it was your suggestion. Okay. You wanted to meet me. We realized we lived far from each other. He said to me, well, I come to Atlanta all the time, like it was nothing. So then he suggests, well, let's just meet halfway. So I'm like, okay. So I'm really the one that's being more accommodating because I don't go halfway, on a far date. It's like no date or we're going to talk, whatever. Long story short. So we meet halfway and I saw him before he saw me, and I already knew this was going to be a one date wonder. Okay,
One and done. One and done.
One and done. One because his ride was like jacked, right? And I remember us having conversations, and he was telling me how he put so much into this truck and blah blah blah. And when I saw the truck, and I'm like, what could you have possibly put into the truck? I mean, it had to have been in the dumpster or something because it was poorly looking. So anyway, he was he wasn't a bad looking guy. Okay. We met personally, ladies. I was not worried about me paying for my lunch. I knew that wasn't happening. And so we sit down and he says, oh, you lucky, you cute. I'll pay for lunch.
That's what he said.
Exactly. Okay. So I was like, are you funny? That's basically what I was saying, right? So he was telling me that he was trying to move and that's why
Hey, Bonnie, you froze for half a second there.
He said that he wanted to move closer into Atlanta. Okay. Right. And that's why he comes to Atlanta so much, because he was looking for someplace to live. At that time, I was also in the process of buying my house. Right. And so I was like, okay. And we talked and we had lunch and we went on about our business. What happened afterwards is where the disaster comes in. The disaster comes in because now he's calling me and he's telling me stuff like, oh, wow, since you got your house, you don't call me anymore and this, that, and other thing. I said, no, that's not it. I'm just busy, doing what I have to do. Well, if you need help, I'm available to help you. But of course, I live so far, I have to stay over. we don't even know each other like that, you know. And I was like, right, well, I really don't need your help then, right? If I need your help and you want to help, that's fine. If I was to extend the opportunity to stay over, that's on me, not for you to tell me.
He was just
And
inviting himself to stay
he
over.
was inviting himself to stay, and he kept calling and inviting himself to stay. He was giving me reasons for him to come and stay at my house. All right.
Wow.
So, he probably was the first person I blocked. No. So to me, that was a date from the Crip, because it already started off wrong from the beginning, and it continued to go wrong, and it just kept going left until I couldn't see it anymore. And
And those are the ones where you just say, just go away.
yes,
You don't want to be mean or anything like that. You just
no,
want to say, just go away.
yes, but
He
unfortunately,
might have been trying to move in with you, but
yes,
He probably was. He's probably living in his truck. Oh, sorry about that.
could have been. Could have been. You never know. You never know.
So Wendy, let's hear yours, girl.
Well, it's so funny because Bunny, the first part of yours, I was like, did I go out with this? It was very similar. Okay, met this guy online, right? We texted and called a little bit, and we set up a date. He set up a date. He asked me out to dinner. We go to this little place, Bugaboo Creek, if you remember.
Oh yeah, I do.
We go there for dinner. I order, something very modest, like a little chicken, finger
She
plate.
really wanted some food, and she
Yeah.
just ordered something.
Huh?
I said you really wanted a real meal, but you know what?
I don't know about you, but I don't eat a lot on the first day either. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
So anyway, he ordered ribs and an alcoholic drink where I had tea. Okay, tea and this little chicken dinner. So long story short, when the tab comes, he says, "I don't have any money."
Oh,
Right? Waitress came. I said, "We're gonna need 2 tabs. Split the tab, please." I paid for my tab and I left. And I didn't hear from him ever again. So I don't know if it was him, Bunny, your guy, or is this just something that they do? I don't know.
but Wendy, who paid for his meal? He said he didn't have any money.
I don't know. That mystery is unsolved.
You think he's somebody that go on dates and do that all the time?
He probably is. That's so sad.
But I was thinking, if it had been like a super fancy place, I would have had one of those little purses like this, you know what I mean? And no money in it. So
Right.
no card.
Girl, I'm glad you
Oh,
had
I would have been washing dishes at that point.
He probably went to jail. They don't wash dishes anymore. They take you to jail.
Right. They got dishwashers now. I mean, really.
Exactly. So ladies, mine is an old one, but it's just too ironic to not tell you about it. So this is when I was in college, so it's real old. So I had a friend, and she was trying to hook me up with this guy, right? So she gave me his phone number, and I called him, and he was going to meet. I went to FIT, and Bonnie, in front of FIT, they got those real big columns, right?
Yes.
On 27th Street. So we spoke, and he told me what he was going to be wearing. I never told him what I was going to be wearing, but I told him I would meet him in front of the school. So when the time came to meet him, I stood behind one of the columns, and I seen him walk up, and he was this little round, roly-poly guy. I was like, no, that's not gonna work. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. So I ran back inside the school, and I called my girlfriend. I waited a little bit before I called her, and I said, well, he never showed up. So she said, well, that's okay. She said, you know what, my friend, we're gonna go out, so just come hang out with us, right? So I said, well, okay, no, I thought it'll be cool because I'm not doing anything after school. So we meet up at actually, Bonnie, remember Pegasus on 8th Avenue?
Yes.
We met up at Pegasus on 8th Avenue, right? So I'm at the table with her and her friend. And we're just sitting, we chatting and whatnot. So guess who walks up?
Roly poly.
Roly poly. Girl.
A whole
Well, no. He was a friend of her friend, which I didn't know that was his friend. I didn't know it was the same guy.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
oh,
said-
I thought
she
he
said
just
to
came
me-
in because it was a club. Oh, you're
No,
saying
no. She said to me, well, my friend, because we were going to double date, but mine was a blind date. So she said, well, my friend and I are still going to go out. So you just come out with us. So I did. She didn't tell me Roly Poly was going to be there. I don't even know if she knew Roly Poly was going to be there, but I was so outdone, girls, ladies. I was so outdone. He walks up to the table. And so my girlfriend says, oh, this is so-and-so, Chris. You guys didn't connect today. I forgot. And his friend said, oh, I forgot, talking to my girlfriend, I forgot to tell you that we connected. I told him just to come on out with us because he was, he had just came into town or something like that. Girl, I was so outdone. I was outdone. So I ended up having a blind date anyway.
Wow.
no.
He turned out to be a nice guy, but he wasn't my type. But see,
Wow.
that's what happens when you do the wrong thing.
There you go. There you go.
Oh
that is
my
exactly what
God.
happens when you do the wrong thing. So hey, if you guys out there, if you found our conversation interesting, if you've had a bad day, just let us know. Because bad dates sometimes can really be funny. Like I think all of ours were funny, but mine was so ironic because I was really outdone. But that's what I keep in mind.
I had a good guy friend of mine. He would call me if he was on. He dated a lot, right? So he would call me if the date wasn't cute or whatever, or she was, he didn't like her. He would call me and say, "Call me and just tell me it's an emergency."
Oh no! To get him out of the date, right?
See, now that's great for cell phone, but remember, pre-cell phone, you couldn't do that. You
That's
had,
true.
you were stuck.
That's
I can
true.
tell you, I went on a date with a friend, right, who had a crush on me. And I did not want to go on the date with this guy. I swear I didn't. He used to drive me to school every single day. He was the nicest person you ever want to meet, but he definitely was not my type. And he lived across the street, and I would always wait in front of my door for him to pick me up. And one day he says, oh, come over, come on. I got to do something for my grandmother. He lived with his grandmother. Anyway, and I don't mean to be rude or anything, but anyway, when I stepped into that house, it had that grandma smell all over the place.
Oh, that old smell, yeah.
Real old, right? And now I knew what I really, really didn't like about him, aside from him, was that smell. When I went in the house, that was what I smelled, right? And I said, oh, that's what
you smelled that on him because he
I
lived
always
there, right?
smelled it on him, but I didn't know what it was, or I didn't
Right.
associate
Like liniment.
No,
So
it
it's
was,
like that old mildewy, mothbally, all
yeah.
mixed together kind of smell. I don't know
Think
where.
of a nursing home before they became now today's nursing home. Like if ever you went to or the hospital back in the day, it always had an odor, So this particular house had that odor,
I know what odor you're talking about too.
and some of them are mild and some of them are really extra strong. This was the extra strong one. So long story short, he asked me to go out on a date. I didn't want to go. My sister-in-law was living with me at the time. She said, oh, Vonnie, he takes you to school every day. Anything you want, he does it, So I was like, I don't really want to go on this date. So I need to always. So I said to him, I said, all right, if I go on a date, you got to clean that car. I mean, take it to the place and have it clean and odorized.
Professionally, right?
Right. And I told him, and you got to buy a new outfit. Okay. He was like, well, we're going to
buy a new outfit.
I told him. So because I figured I'm discouraging him. Right. And he said, all this to go on a date with you? I said, all this to go on a date with me. Right. He said, okay. And he did. Car was clean. He looked very nice. I swear, I did not want to go on this date. He took me to my favorite restaurant, which back then was the Blue Hawaiian. Remember? No, Hawaii Kai. Remember Hawaii Kai?
I do.
York. All right, we go there. So I already told my sister-in-law, I said, I'm gonna go on this date. I said, but I'm gonna get sick on this date. Okay. So we go to Hawaii Kai. I eat what I want. I go to the ladies' room. I come back. I said, oh my God. I said, I feel so bad. Oh, I just don't feel good. I really want to go home, blah, blah, blah. Well, he made me feel even worse, telling me, oh, I had all this plan, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, long story short, he took me to this party. When I tell you, this was like one of the best parties I ever went to.
See?
And they had so many men, so many men. It was raining men at that party, right? Because he worked for like the police department or something like that. So it was police, firemen. It was like men everywhere.
So you were trying to get away from him so you could meet someone else?
I did. But because if I moved to the left, he moved to the left. If I moved to the right, he moved to the right. And he was so happy to have his arm around me. And he was telling everybody, this is my date. This is my date. This is my date. So I had to go through with the whole date. So that one was on me.
Hey,
and ladies, I'm sure ladies, I'm sure you all took one for the team or did that sympathy something for somebody.
Oh yeah, you know it.
So I'm not by myself. So don't look at me and judge me because we've all done.
No,
you owed him a date, but
yeah, you did. No judgment zone here, Vaughn. You
owed him a date.
Yeah,
I owed him a date. I gave it to him. I just didn't think I would have to follow through all the way to the end. Okay, that's where it got messed up. Okay, so, but we've all had.
Wow. When you think back on these things and you say, how did I put myself in that position? And at that time, you don't even know how to get out of it because you're just dealing with it. Then you think back and it's really funny. But
yes.
Any other interesting encounters, Wendy, that you want to mention?
No, that's probably the worst one I told you.
Because ladies, at this stage of the game, we still believe there is a silver lining. We are still, looking for love. Hope love is looking for us. But you know what? It's always good to reminisce, to go back and just think about, times past, just to kind of bring a little humor into our lives. You know what? We all need humor. So
we do.
Especially now.
Exactly. But we are still on the quest, for a better relationship, a good relationship, companionship, marriage. We are. And you know what? If you are, come join us. Come, leave us a comment, share, like, and don't forget to click on that bell so that you can get all the updates when we have new content. And we have new content all the time because there is a silver lining.
There is.
Anything else from you?
I just want to say, well, we're in Georgia. So right now we have a Senate runoff, a highly contested Senate runoff going on. So I want everybody to please make sure they get out and vote in the next 3 weeks, or at least by December 6th.
Okay, so December 6th is the deadline. Is there early voting with the runoff? Is there early voting with the runoff?
Yes, there's you got 3 weeks leading up to it. So I think it's probably opening this week.
Oh, okay.
On your account.
No, I think it's going to do Monday because I think they had a problem with doing it the Friday after Thanksgiving. So I think
that's you're probably right. You know what? We have some wonderful listeners out there in listening and viewing land, but we do have one avid follower that I want Wendy to shout out because she looks out for us. She gives us feedback. She is a wonderful person.
Oh, that is Regina. Hi, Regina. Thanks for all the feedback.
Thank you.
Feedback. Thanks for the compliment. Keep watching, girl.
All right, Regina. We love you, girl. Keep watching. Keep giving us support.
And if I may, I'd like to shout out to my friend Sharon Jenkins. Thank you for your comments.
Hey, Sharon.
All right, Sharon. Thank you
for coming.
Hey, Sharon, I responded. I'm not sure if you got that response yet, but I responded. So thank you. And yes, that's Blueberry making noise. Blueberry, your birthday was a couple weeks ago.
Blueberry
You
says
are not
hi,
entitled.
Sharon.
Yes, yes.
Well, all right, ladies. I guess that's it for this week. You know, we've got some great conversation. And you know what, guys? We had great conversation next week, but we also have a special guest. We don't want to give that away, but we need for you to be tuning in for the next couple of weeks because we do have a couple of special guests coming on. Some gentlemen will be coming on to talk to us because you know what? They believe that there is a silver lining as well. So listen, see you next time. Have a great week and stay safe. Ladies, good night. See you next time.
Good night.
Right.
So 1 second, ladies. I wanted to just say one other thing before I
It's
end.
still recording, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah,
Oh.
I just wanted to say
Oh.
yeah, one other thing before I stop the recording. Wanted to just remind everyone out there that these are the holidays are coming up, and a lot of people have difficult times dealing with the holidays. So watch, look out for your friends. Make sure you know how they're doing. Stop by for the holidays. Some people get secluded, and they're in the house by themselves. So you know what? Look out for friends and family during this holiday season because it is a time of where people are depressed, they're lonely, so just be mindful of that. All right, ladies, thank you. See you next week.
Bye.